A fight breaks out between a rhino and an elephant. Who would get the upper hand? How long will the fight last and who will win? This is why we go to war over oil. It all starts when a female rhino and her calf are drinking at the waterhole. A large herd of elephants approaches the waterhole. The rhinos are in a bad mood, and the elephants decide to start a fight. A rhino can weigh anywhere from 2,000 to 6,000 pounds. The largest land mammal on the planet, an elephant can weigh up to 13,000 pounds. So an adult rhino, even a large adult rhino, isn't going to be able to take on an elephant. And that's exactly what happens here. The elephants surround the rhinos, and if you look closely, you can see one of the rhinos has a spear. It looks like this fight may have already gone on for a while. The rhino is gored by the spear and it's unable to remove it. It's stuck in there pretty good. The rhino does a little dance to try and remove the spear, but it's no use. The rhino is in a lot of pain, and it's not going to be able to fight off the elephants. One of the elephants begins to attack the rhino's calf. Now, the rhino is in a blind rage and charges the elephant, slamming into it with the full force of its body. The elephant is knocked over, and the rhino continues to slam into it until the elephant is dead. The rhino herd runs off, and the mother rhino stays behind to protect her calf. This is an extremely rare occurrence. Usually, a rhino won't fight off an entire herd of elephants. They don't do well in numbers like that. But because the rhino was already injured, it most likely wouldn't have survived. It took about 5 minutes for the rhino to kill the elephant, but the fight itself had probably been going on for hours already. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why didn't the other elephants just trample the rhino? Well, if you watch Elephant vs. Buffalo, you'll see that they don't always do that. Sometimes they actually charge in and try and gore each other with their tusks. Elephants don't always trample their enemies. They sometimes actually try and fight back. Rhinos are very aggressive animals, and if you get in their face, they will charge you. If a rhino charges an elephant, it could easily gore the elephant in the tusks and cause massive damage. Rhinos and elephants are very similar in their way of fighting. They both use their tusks and their horns to jab and gore their opponent. But the rhino has a major advantage. Its horn is much thicker than an elephant's tusk. A rhino could easily stab an elephant in the tusk and break it off. This would cause massive damage, and the elephant would probably bleed to death. If a fight were to break out between these two titans, it would most likely go on for hours. Neither of them would give up, but eventually one of them would have to retreat, or they would both die. The rhino would probably win the fight, but it would be a close one. The rhino would be heavily outnumbered, but it would also have a huge advantage because it has such a thick horn. The rhino could easily jab an elephant in the tusks and break it off, causing massive damage. Now you need to watch Elephant vs. Buffalo or watch this other video instead.